One of the recent updates of MotiveWave added a new feature which I think is really powerful, and it's in the study, and it's called Harmonic Pattern. So just go into Add Study and search for Harmonic Pattern. And when you do that, and I'll show you how to do it right now because I'm going to delete this harmonic pattern that I've drawn in the BlackBerry chart. I'm going to go into Study, Recent Studies, Run, Harmonic Pattern. And it asks you what to look for. You can look for a specific pattern if you like to trade specific patterns. You can look for all of them. And you can look for primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary analyses. So the primary one is going to be the one that has the best reasonable chance of being correct. But you can look at as many as 4 with decreasing probability. You can choose the number of bars or use all available data. But I'm just going to use the number of bars that are on the chart here, and I'm going to say create, and it finds this shark pattern. So, which is interesting because what you saw before was a butterfly pattern with it going up. So something has changed since the last time I ran the analysis. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do another study here. And this time I'm going to pick the secondary one. And it doesn't find a secondary pattern. So you can just highlight it and delete it. It didn't find a secondary pattern. So before it found the butterfly with an upwards motion, now it's finding a shark. And why is that? Well, because today we've got a bit of a downturn in the pre-market, and it hit within the possibility range for the C point of a shark. So let's look at different time frames. And at first I wasn't sure this was a good feature, but now I'm convinced that it is. When you go to a 1 hour time frame, it's not necessarily going to show you the same shark pattern. It's going to look at the available data on a 1 hour chart and tell you if it sees a harmonic pattern. And on the data that I have here, it doesn't see one. I can go to a 30-minute, and I'm showing some time frames here, so I'm going to get rid of those. And now it's showing a bat pattern on the 30-minute, but the bat pattern is at least going in the same direction as the shark. Let's look at the 15-minute. Same bat pattern, and you can even take a look at the 5. The 5 is showing some difference here. It's showing a cipher pattern where we've reached a C. So we're in a bit of an awkward situation now. So I would say at the opening, I'm not ready to trade BlackBerry. If it continues to lose this C, then that blows the cipher pattern, but I'll know on the 5-minute chart. And I'll go back and I'll take a look at the 15-minute chart and look for further downward motion. But if you see on the bat pattern here, you have your X, A, B, C, and you actually have a D endpoint. So it's possible that this bat pattern could be complete, which would lend credibility to the 5-minute shark pattern. However, if we lose it, then we've got this secondary, this extended bat pattern. So it's just an example of how the harmonic studies, the harmonic pattern works on the different time frames. And I think it's very useful. This is just one example, and I'm using 5, 15, 30-minute, and 1 day, and you can see the different patterns. But if you're a long-term trader, you may jump in on the 1 day where it says we've got some, we're back to, isn't that interesting? We're back to the butterfly. We had a shark a minute ago, now we're back to the butterfly. It is a dynamic study. And I'm not going to redo this video and say, oops, it was a shark, now it's a butterfly. It's just a fact that this is how it works. And I honestly was disappointed to see the shark pattern for BlackBerry because it sure does look like it has more upwards momentum. By the way, this shaded area here is a gap, so let me just get rid of that. So we have actually reached at 12:24 the first target of a butterfly. But we've got the possibility of going up to the second target here, D, of 1350. So I hope this video was helpful. I really like the study. I like to draw manuals. I like to use the auto-Gartley. I like to also draw them manually. But I like to start with what MotiveWave sees first. And if I agree with it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll draw my manual patterns right on top of it.